Hello, boxing fans around the world. Welcome once again to another episode of The Scoop featuring the champ, Bola Ray, here on Talk and Fight. And looks like we've got ourselves another exciting episode in the history of boxing. What do you got for us tonight, Ray?
Well, there's no arguing that it takes a team to cultivate a champion. But unfortunately, virtually no one else gets anything called credit other than the athlete. This week, I'm going to talk about some of the unsung heroes. They're called trainers, coaches. And they have some notoriety, but more so, I think they're equally responsible for the success of maybe not equally, but a good percentage responsible for the success of the individual fighters. Now, today I'm talking about a man that, to have him in a discussion about short fuse would be compatible to, while discussing balloons popping, one throws into the conversation the Hindenburg. He was a son of a beauty contestant and a successful model, and a successful doctor, who grew up in the affluent area of Staten Island, New York. Now, yet, with all that going for him, one, drops out of school. Two, has an extensive and long rap sheet, including one for armed robbery, where he actually went and did time at Rikers Island Penitentiary. I don't know if you know exactly how severe Rikers Island Penitentiary is, but yeah, they don't have travel and tourism brochures to there for a reason. Who got into a street fight that he received a slash across his face that required 400 stitches, and he's still alive. Remember the background of this said fighter, or coach / fighter, right? This is a man that pulled a gun on young Mike Tyson. And just to make his point crystal clear, he pulled the trigger behind his head.
Wow.
As a trainer, he is legendary for motivating his fighters in the corner, to say the least. Mind you, quite a few actually question his methodology, but all hail the one that gets the job done, right? I don't know. My name is Bola Raymond Olubuwale, and this is The Scoop. Born July 29th, 1956, was none other than the legendary Theodore A. Teddy Atlas. Growing up, he tried his hand in amateur boxing, but saw some success under the tutelage of Customato. He went on to win the Adirondack Golden Gloves at 135 pounds. And but due to a back injury, he packed in his athletic career and began his apprenticeship under, once again, the legendary Customato. Now, he says, I was fortunate to work with a few fighters over the years. Alex told the Ring magazine, not that I deserved it. I was 21 years old, and I was with a great man, the great Customato. He was my mentor because I was with him. He got sent fighters, and he got sent fighters like Wilfred Benitez. You could call him a protege. Now, Wilfred Benitez is the youngest fighter ever to win the world title at an unbelievable 17 years of age.
Wow.
This record will never be eclipsed. They just will not ever be eclipsed. He won the title at 17. Who does that? Like, literally, who does that? They're not winning world titles against greats like Antonio Cervantes at 17. Alex continued. Wilfred Benitez was brought to Cus, and he gave him to me to train for the Carlos Palomino fight when he won the welterweight world title. No. When I was training Benitez, it was because I was with Cus, and he had confidence in me and his ability to coach. Benitez was definitely the most complete package and most gifted guy he had ever worked with. But he didn't develop him. As far as the most pure God-given talent, raw talent from the early stage that I saw, it would have to be young, 12-year-old Mike Tyson, who was 12 years old, was 190 pounds ripped. 12 years old. Yeah. He had to impress me and Cus, so when he walked in to the gym, they had him spar with a 27-year-old man. This is a 12-year-old baby sparring with a 27-year-old man who happened to be a professional fighter. And he was able to hold his own. Teddy was then recruited to be the assistant trainer of the 1980 Swedish Olympic team, boxing team. But his duties also included training Mike Tyson. Teddy's apprenticeship was cut short in 1982 when an altercation occurred between Tyson, then 15, and Teddy's niece, then 11. The story goes that apparently Mike went and grabbed Teddy's niece's ass. Teddy was so enraged that he went and put a .38 caliber pistol in Mike's ear. He told him that if he ever messed around with his family again, he'd kill him. And then he discharged the gun behind his head. Boom! 15-year-old kid. Yeah. He was fired immediately. When Cus found out and told him never to step foot in the Catskills boxing club, you have to understand that most of the kids that was in that club, Cus D'Amato actually adopted, and he saw them as his kids, his babies, Mike included. So Teddy went on to train many more great fighters, notably Michael Moore in 1994. With Teddy in the corner, Michael won the WBA and the IBF world titles from a future Hall of Famer, Evander Holyfield. Teddy has also received a great deal of criticism for his corner antics, in that some feel that even though he's seen as giving tough love, it's perceived as being more self-serving. He's not right in his head. He's not right at all. Now, Teddy denies the allegation and states that he believes that what he's giving the athletes is motivation, specifically for the individual athlete, because he knows them. And it's hard to argue that, in that he did get success. But it was even from my standpoint, I would have backhanded him if he was my trainer. Oh, sweet Jesus. Some of the things that, oh, wow, no. An example of this was when Michael Moore was fighting for the world title, and Teddy felt that he wasn't doing what he wanted to do. So in between rounds, as Michael Moore was coming to his corner, Teddy blocked him from sitting on the stool and said, "Do you want me to go and fight there for you?" You have 60 seconds to rest, catch your breath, get instructions from your second eye. Wasting it on antics like this, as far as I'm concerned, as a coach and as an athlete, I think it's excessive. I think it's excessive. He goes on to say that I don't think Michael could have done this with him. This was John Davimos, who was Michael Moore's trainer. He attributes him beating Evander Holyfield to Teddy. And in essence, yeah, he doesn't think that he would have done it without the tough love from Teddy. Seriously, I don't know. I'm not in his head. I don't know the man. But another great fighter that Teddy worked with was the Golden Boy, Donnie Lalonde. Now, Donnie went 8-0 under Teddy's tutelage, but a clash of tempers resulted in Donnie parting ways with Atlas. Now, Donnie made a claim that he runs things like an army camp, only to add that I'm more of a free spirit. To know Donnie? Yeah. Yeah. Donnie then moved on to hire Tommy Gallagher, and 2 fights later won the world light heavyweight title. Now, rumor has it, and oh my God, Donnie, I wanted him on the show so bad to clarify this. Rumor has it that Teddy, upon Donnie winning the world title, went over to Donnie's condo, knocked on the door, no one answered, with a gun in tow. Then sat outside, waiting for Donnie to come because he was going to kill him. He felt jilted because he lost out on X number of hundreds of thousands of dollars. That would have been his cut from his world title fight. Right. So, whether or not this has happened is still a mystery to me. I will get Donnie on the show someday, and get the straight goods, because that's delicious. He's positively insane. Now, 2009, Atlas started training the Russian superstar talent heavyweight, Alexander Povetkin. As Povetkin was preparing for his eventual clash with Vladimir Klitschko. Povetkin was a former world champion in 2000, like amateur champion, and also the 2004 Olympic gold medalist, and was the number 1 contender at the time. Now, Atlas advised Povetkin to pull out of the fight at the last minute, claiming that the promoter was too greedy and would have left the fighter with way too little money. Now, promoter felt betrayed by Atlas since he helped him get hired for the short term for these fights. And Atlas said that Povetkin wasn't ready for Klitschko, and used the example to show his impartiality, that he was giving up his trainer's cut, which was somewhere in the neighborhood of $200,000. So, as to protect his fighter, Atlas also called the promoter a punk, who was, well, protected by his family's money. Now, August 27, 2011, with Atlas in his corner, Povetkin won the regular WBA heavyweight title against Ruslan Chigaev. For the record, I've been to camp with both these guys. That was a sensational fight. Going into that fight, I had no clue who would win. They are so similar, and they're both crickets, but they both have crazy power. Povetkin, to me, is arguably the smartest heavyweight currently in the game. After this fight, Atlas and Povetkin's relationship deteriorated, and they parted ways professionally. Now, November 7th, 2015, Tim Bradley steps into the squared circle for his title defense against Brandon Ruiz, with none other than Teddy Atlas in his corner. Yeah. Ted was contracted for the fight, which turned out to be a success for Tim, winning by a 9th round technical knockout or stoppage. December 1st, same year, Teddy's back in the corner of one Alexander Gazovsky. Oh, this is, yeah. In an attempt to take my friend Adonis Stevenson's WBC and lineal world light heavyweight title. That did not prove to be successful. Now, Teddy enjoyed 2 decades of commentating on ESPN, and on January 27th, 2008, well, Atlas was suspended by ESPN not once, but twice. Once for threatening a crew member, and once for 1 week after confronting the network boxing program director, Doug Lardy. Atlas accused Lardy of showing favoritism to certain promoters and matchmakers who were abusing the ESPN connection by taking fighters from their promoters with promises of potential ESPN dates. After 21 years with the organization, Teddy was removed from the live fight coverage after his most vocal objection to the Manny Pacquiao-Jeff Horn fight. What were they expecting? Like, genuinely, what were they expecting? The man is a firecracker at the very least. Teddy was inducted into New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame and Staten Island Sport Hall of Fame in 2005. Always entertaining. Looking forward to many more years seeing this guy around. He is, he's in dire need of meds. But he's entertaining to say the least. So, that's my show. That's my show. If you like this show, this episode, please hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget the notification bell. It's your boy Bola. And that's the scoop.
You started this off by saying we have some stories about unsung heroes. So I was expecting a truly heroic story. But boy, this man is a man of contradictions. Wow.
To say the least. To say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still in the game right now? Like, what's he doing now?
Very much so.
Is he training?
And the thing is, he's actually a decent trainer. He has quite a few world champions on his resume, like world championship fights on his resume. And he's actually he was one of the guys who was cultivating Mike Tyson in his early years. I don't know. He's nothing short of a firecracker. But the thing is, the part that gets me the more is look at his beginnings. He comes from an affluent family, and he turns into a street idiot, going off and oh man, I don't know.
I'm saying drugs. I'm saying drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, they're most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah.
Whatever makes the man. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, what a story though. Woo. Zinger. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting the full-on hardcore, dedicated, committed individual, man of integrity.
Yeah, about that.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
So he pulls out this gun. Oh my God. Wow. Amazing story. Thanks very much, Ray. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Cheers.
Thank you.